Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And welcome to the channel that brings power gaming into the next level. Today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we're talking about the spell Dominate Monster. We're giving this one an S, and it is a solid S. It's one of my favorite spells in the game. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I've got another video out. All right. Dominate Monster, 8th level spell that is usable by bards, sorcerers, warlocks, and wizards. So all of our base, full arcane type casters can use this. And yes, we're giving this an S. And yes, warlocks can use this. And warlocks use this with the... Let me get to the actual thing here. So I got it on the screen. It's way down here. Mystic Arcanum ability at 15th level, 8th level. So choose one 8th level spell from the Warlock spell list as this Arcanum. You can cast this Arcanum once without expending a spell slot. You must finish a long rest before you can do so again. So this is a good thing, and it's not a great thing. So the good thing about this, and we're not really reviewing this, but I do want to touch on this, is that you get a freebie slot, but you can only cast it once before a long rest. So all your 5th level slots are per short rest. All of these 6, 7, 8, and 9 level slots are then. So Warlocks can take this spell. It'll be their one and only. For the same reason it's Bard, Sorcerers, and Wizards. It's one slot. You get one slot and one slot only. And so choose wisely, and this is definitely one that I would be choosing. So it takes one action to cast, has a range of 60 feet, which is a great range. It's only a verbal and somatic component. It lasts for an hour with concentration. Yes, you absolutely want to concentrate on this. And it's one of my favorite saving throws. It's a wisdom saving throw. It is charmed, so you have to be careful with that. You attempt to beguile a creature that you can see within range. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed for the duration. Now, this is not the actual, this is just kind of the flavoring. It's the icing on the cake. Charmed condition means the charmed creature cannot attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. And the charmer has advantage on any ability checks to interact socially with the creature, but it goes further than that, which we'll get into. If you or a creature that you are friendly to are fighting it, it has advantage on the saving throw. So I'm gonna say that it is a single check. It is not two different checks. It is a single check in which you are rolling 2 dice, and there's a reason that I'm pointing that out. While the creature is charmed, you have a telepathic link with it as long as the two of you are on the same plane. You can use this telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious, which requires no action. And it does its best to obey. You can specify a simple or general course of action, which is very open-ended. That's a very open-ended statement. They give an example here: attack that creature, run over there, fetch that object, etc., etc. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. Now, you will notice in there that nowhere in there does it say cannot perform actions that would be harmful to the creature. Doesn't say that. So take note of that. You can use your action to take total and precise control of the creature until the end of your next turn. The creature takes only actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause the creature to use a reaction, but this requires you to use your own reaction as well. So the creature cannot use its reaction as you dictate if you have not taken an action to take total and precise control of it. If you do not take total and precise control, then it's going to do the last sentence of the second paragraph, which doesn't receive any further action and defends it and preserves itself to the best of its ability. Okay, and that's it. So you have to use an action to get that reaction part of it. This is a bad one. Each time the target takes damage, it makes a new saving throw against any damage from any source. Makes a new wisdom saving throw against the spell. If it succeeds, the spell ends. You can upcast this spell with a 9th level slot. Duration is concentration up to 8 hours. 8 hours. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing that and wasting that slot in a combat situation, because the likelihood the creature is going to take damage is very high, which means it's going to be making more saving throws, and you're going to have to mitigate those. And we're going to talk about how to break this spell even more, but you'll have to mitigate those risks that come along with causing it to make more frequent saving throws. All right, so let's go through some pros and cons of the spell. 1, it lasts an hour. 2, it's verbal and somatic components. 3, it is usable against any creature. You can designate a course of action which requires no action upon your part, and you can upcast this for 8 hours. So if it's a flying creature like a dragon or something, you can have the dragon, fly you around. You can have the dragon breathe whatever its breath weapon is, etc., etc. You can have it do tasks that last longer than an hour. Some of the cons on this are, if the creature is immune to being charmed, then this spell is worthless. So, but that is a circumstance which does not come up very often. That's kind of the opposite of a lot of these, where most of the creatures you're going to be going up against are not immune to charm. So this spell, I would say, probably has a 90 to 95% chance to be effective. Another con, every time it takes damage, it gets a new saving throw. You got to keep up with those. That's not great. And it has advantage on the saving throw if you are hostile to it. All right, so a few things that we could do to mitigate some of this stuff. Portent, a wizard of the divination school, and by this level, they will be getting 3 of these dice, so the chances you are going to get a low roll are pretty high. So when you finish a long rest, roll 3 D20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you see with one of the foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace a roll in this way only once per turn. You can replace any saving throw. This is a saving throw, but what happens with Portent is you go, oh, I got a 2. You got a 2 on your saving throw. I'm replacing your saving throw result with a 2 before you even make it. There's no roll at that point. They don't get a roll. It's just, this is the roll that you got was a 2. Done. Fail. So that is extremely important and makes this ability with Dominate Monster very usable against hostile creatures. The Bard, and of course we love the College of Eloquence Bard. And by this level, you should be rolling, let's see, where do we got? Bardic Inspirations. You could be rolling a D10 or a D12 for this. And you can use Unsettling Words, and as a bonus action, expend a Bardic Inspiration, choose a creature, roll the die, and then you can subtract it from the next saving throw it makes. Now, it could be making, and then you cast Dominate Monster after that, but it could be making that saving throw with advantage. You're not replacing the roll like you are with Portent. You are subtracting from the result with this. So, but if you roll a 10, odds are most creatures don't have a great wisdom saving throw. They're going to fail. Sorcerer, I love the Wild Magic Sorcerer in this one. Aberrant Mind doesn't really have anything in it that allows you to change the result of those kinds of saving throws. But Wild Magic does, and Wild Magic has Bend Luck. Now, it is only a D4, but you can apply it as a penalty. So, to a saving throw. I mean, that, again, because creatures' wisdom saving throws usually are not that great, that could mean the difference between a success or a failure. Warlocks don't really have anything, but they can get this through Mystic Arcanum. So, And the other thing I want to point out is that you can command creatures to do harmful actions to themselves. And that's a big one, because a lot of these other charm spells don't allow you to do that, like suggestion and things like that. But with this one, if there's like a lava river, you could say, swim across that lava river, and they'll jump right in the lava and start swimming. Now, they'll get a saving throw the second they take damage, but if they fail it, they're going to try their best to keep swimming. And, if it's not immune to fire or resistant to fire, it's probably not going to be around very much longer. You could tell it to jump off a cliff. You could, any dangerous situation, jump into the caldera of that volcano, that kind of thing. So, all right, that is what I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.